We are the edtech with the most impact in Latin America right now. We impact over 3 million students a month.
Meet Caio. He built an education platform in under 2 weeks. And when it launched, he pulled in $3 million in under 48 hours. All with a little help from AI. It's a story that went viral for a reason. We're diving deep into the strategy, the tech, and the secrets behind this unbelievable success. I'm here with Caio today. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Caio. I'm CEO of Grupo Q here in Brazil. And I'm actually that guy, that case that made $3 million under 48 hours using Lovable.
For some context, you guys have an education platform, right? With a bunch of users. It's free, right?
We work in a freemium model. We also have free products as well. We always think about how we can give more and be cheaper to our customers. That made us leverage a huge user base, a huge traffic here in Brazil.
And you guys are currently the biggest education platform in Brazil.
A strange thing to say because big in what? Revenue, customer, lifetime value, profit, net margins. But what we are sure is that we are the edtech with the most impact in Latin America right now. We impact over 3 million students a month.
I love the focus on providing things for free, like just helping people. I think that's very noble. But I want to kind of get into your story. So what is your background? Did you grow up in Brazil?
Yeah, I grew up in Brazil, very rural area, folks said. I did not have enough money to buy games or computers, so I had to build my own games, times of RPG Maker, and we could build our own mini games and everything. And I started developing. I was maybe 11 or 12 when I started developing. And then I found my first startup. Of course, it went bad. Second startup went bad as well. So I went to traditional market. I worked in big companies like Cisco. I worked in accelerators. I have actually a post on LinkedIn where I say from the 15 years that I've been coding, I understood maybe 7 years ago the difference between coding and developing. So coding is just like write. You just write a code. Developing is actually building something. So when that triggered inside me, I said, okay, I'm a great developer. Maybe I'm not a great coder. I never found myself like I'm going to be the CEO. I always with that tech and product mind. And at some point we saw that tech and product and business is the new CEO. So we made a change management here in the company like 5 years ago, and I stepped in as the CEO as I'm currently right now.
You had the development experience.
I'm actually a chemical engineer. In the first semester of chemical engineering, I said, okay, that's not what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, because at that point, coding for me, it was a hobby. Actually, at that time, I had an idea to have an online ERP. Right now, we have SAP Cloud, we have a lot of players, but we did not have that 15 years ago, and everyone thought, this is crazy, no one's going to leave their mainframe to have their information on the cloud. And I started to study that, and it was in the same time that things like Business Model Canvas, the book, the Alex Osterwalder book about business model generation came out, and I said, okay, this is it.
But it's really interesting the thing you said about programming and development. You had been programming for 15 years, but only after 8 years did you learn how to develop things. Talk more about that.
I will start with one experience that I had. Me and the partner, we were funded by Techstars to build a product focused on cooperatives in Dominican Republic. I was in my house for 3 months building a product because these cooperatives in Dominican Republic, they are the biggest exporters of banana on the world, but they work by hand with paper and pen. And I said, okay, there's no way we can't optimize that. So we said, okay, let's build a software. Our product will be a tablet with a software where he can take photos, where he can write down things, where he can use forms. And we'll take that information to generate reports automatically. That takes months. We'll do that in a day. Okay, great idea. We're funded by Techstars. It became the day that we need to go to the customer and present the product. And I used everything that was new at the time, material design and the best approaches and the best everything, and no one knew how to use it. Because at that point, in that area of Dominican Republic, they had 2 apps on their phones, WhatsApp and Facebook. That's it. The first day I was like, my app doesn't work. I say, click that button. What's a button? It took me 3 months to rebuild our product. sitting side by side with them. And it was my first big experience, like, this is developing something. Like, this is really taking the hand of your customer and building the product with them.
Do you have any tips for these people who may want to start using Lovable more in their kind of work environment?
My advice is, if you really want to change, you can go through the bureaucratical way, like trying to prove your point, or you can just take your credit card, $10, $15, sign Lovable, build something nice. You don't need to build something huge. Go to your boss and say, I've built this in a weekend. Imagine what we can do with our budget. We have no idea what the web will be like in 5 years. We have no idea at all. And I have no idea what Lovable will be in 5 years because, in my opinion, websites will not exist in 5 years. It doesn't make sense for websites to exist in 5 years.
Do you have any general broad advice to these like individuals who are just trying to hack together a solution to a problem or build a startup on their own or use the indie hacking project?
My advice to the indie hackers and everything is, be very careful about doing things just because it's easy, just because you can. Be very careful about what's the minimum product that I need to deliver to make my customers happy.
How did you guys go about growing the education platform, like getting new users?
The more open we are, the more attention we will get. We started in 2012 and 13. Almost every content that we produce, we do a very good SEO job. So different from all of our educational market that wants their content like extremely secure, we said, no, let Google take it. So we learned very soon that people were not with us because of the quality of the teachers or of the content. It's because how we put things together. You can watch with us a video here and the video there and the video there. They are sparse. But if you pay us, we deliver to you a trail of which contents you need to watch, which questions you need to answer in order to be approved on your test prep.
You mentioned that in 5 years, perhaps like websites won't actually be a thing because there will be so many, and maybe we will have some AI that we talk to directly instead. Do you have any vision or any ideas on how this is all going to play out with AI generally?
5 years ago, if it was possible to take my phone with OpenAI, and I have OpenAI Pro, so all the models and everything, and I come back 5 years ago and I show to someone, they will say, this is AGI. So the bar of what's AGI, it just keep getting higher and higher and higher. I think that we are pushing so fast that we are not just ready to say, that's it, that's the technology that we're going to sit on for the next 30 years. And we keep seeking what's next, and AGI, for me, it's much more of a contextual thing, a theory, than a practical thing. No one can explain to me, no, this will be AGI.
Where can the viewers follow you or find you if they want to, learn more about you?
Find me on LinkedIn. It's Caio Moretti, like it will be here, posting more and more about my views on AI, not about like hype or everything, but this philosophical / technical things about AI and how we are handling our challenges. It doesn't mean that it's truth, it's just our way to think about things.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.